The kingdom of Nkwere begins to seek different healers who can cure their princess, and all efforts so far have been in vain. However, it is believed that the gods of the land will heal her when the time is right. Every night she calls out to her children, Ugonne and Ugonna, even though her mother disbelieves her since she has no children, for they believed it was due to her longing for kids. Aku requested her parents to allow her to visit the garden where she and Ejike always share their love. They are skeptical about that, but they can do anything to help their daughter. Aku begins visiting there often with her maids, and in the middle of the garden there is a beautiful udara tree where she spends all day dreaming of Ejike and her children. Aku implores the gods to send a guardian to protect her children, as she feels they are in grave danger from Ola and her mother, who are attempting to claim Ejike's wealth. One day, her prayers were answered, and the god sent two spirits in animal form, Goti and Goti, who are always playful and argue a lot. These spirits may be slow or too playful, but they are excellent guardians for the twins. However, after that day, Aku felt a sense of peace and visited less and only visited there on their birthday to celebrate them. Goti and Goti are winged fairies with goat like features such as horns and hooves. They possess magical abilities to protect and guide the twins, using their fairy dust to ward off danger and create illusions to foil Ola's schemes. Now that the twins are teenagers, they have Goti and Goti as their constant companions. These spirits have never left their side since their arrival. They often asked about their mother, but their father lied, saying that she was dead. But they had this sure feeling that their mom sent them Goti and Goti to look after, and they were proof of their mother's love. Every night, the twins see a woman in their dream that calls out to them, and it happens every night. They often tell their father about these dreams, and he assures them that they ought not to be afraid, that it is proof of someone's love. Despite missing Aku terribly and always reminiscing over the memories they shared, he never goes back to see her due to the fear of her people and the possibility of losing his children to them. Despite being separated for many years, the bond between Aku and her twins remains unbreakable. They share a profound spiritual connection. Ola later gives birth to a son, which intensifies her desire to harm the twins due to her fear of Ugona's position in the family. In all this, Ejike never forgives himself for betraying Aku and his selfishness. However, Goti and Goti always foil her plans, and Ejike is not always present to notice her schemes. As the day of Ola's planned attack drew near, fear clenched at the hearts of the twins. For Goti and Goti have revealed everything to them. Ola, with her accomplice, can see all her schemes in the shadows, unaware that Goati and Goti possessed magical sight, determined to protect the twins. But they faced a dilemma. They couldn't tell their father who Ola's false love had blinded, and revealing the power of their pet seemed too risky. Then, in one of their dreams, their mother appeared, her presence a comforting embrace, for it looked so real. Though they were now 16, the connection with their mother through frequent dreams was as strong as ever. Her message was clear: flee. With courage born from love and guidance from their mystical friends, the twins set out into the night. Each step was heavy with the weight of leaving behind their home, their father, and the life they knew. But they knew they had to escape Ola's clutches. As dawn approached, they disappeared into the woods, leaving behind the danger that lurked in their home. Meanwhile, Ola's hired killer searched in vain, unable to find any trace of the twins. In a stroke of brilliance, Goti and Goti staged a scene, making it seem as though the twins had fallen prey to a mythical forest creature. And so, guided by love and protected by magic, the twins embarked on a new journey, leaving behind the darkness of their past and stepping into the uncertain light of their future. The hired killers returned to Ola with the grim news of the twins' supposed demise, presenting torn clothes as proof. Ola's heart swelled with satisfaction, envisioning herself as the sole inheritor of Ejike's attention and wealth. Without hesitation, she relayed the news to her mother and their cohorts, and they rejoiced that their plans had succeeded. When Ejike returned home from his numerous travels, his joyful anticipation of reuniting with his beloved twins quickly turned to dread as he called out to them, receiving only silence in return. Frantic searches yielded no trace of the twins, sending waves of panic through the entire family. Finally, a heartbreaking discovery was made in the dense forest. Shreds of the twins' clothing and ominous bloodstains scattered about. Eyike's world shattered as he crumbled under the weight of despair, believing that savage beasts had claimed his cherished children. From that day forward, Ejik retreated into a silent, solitary existence, haunted by memories of his lost twins. His eyes constantly scanned the horizon, yearning for their return, a testament to the profound love he held for them and how much of a man he hadn't been to Aku and the twins, and this was his punishment from the gods. As Goati and Goti led the twins to their mother's kingdom, they were awestruck by the magnificence of the kingdom. Everywhere they looked, there was wealth and splendor beyond anything they had ever seen. The village wasn't just rich, it was like a kingdom straight out of a fairy tale, shimmering with gold and vibrant with life. As they stepped foot in the village, Aku, their mother, suddenly emerged from her usual slumber, her senses fully restored. She raced to her parents, shouting with boundless joy that her children had returned. It was a moment of pure elation, reminiscent of the day she introduced Ejike to her parents. Concerned by Aku's sudden burst of energy, her parents worried that her mental health was deteriorating further. Prince Ndu has been Aku's supportive brother, showcasing his unwavering loyalty and dedication to her well being, and he burst into tears, feeling helpless. Aku paid no heed to their concerns, her focus solely on reuniting with her long lost children. She tried all these years to forget Ejike's betrayals and selfishness as he never made any efforts to see her. Meanwhile, the twins, caught up in the awakening excitement, ran eagerly towards the palace. Unknown to Nukere people, the gods of the land had healed Aku, and at that moment, as Aku regained her sanity, she felt that the gods had forgiven her for her past mistakes, understanding that her true duty lay in caring for her people, not causing them pain. As both parties raced towards each other, the villagers began to gossip, speculating that the princess's madness had worsened. But Aku paid no mind, her heart filled with joy and certainty that she was finally back in her senses. Finally, Aku and her children stood face to face, the twins unaware of their mother's identity, but sensing a deep connection nonetheless. Aku enveloped them in a warm embrace, tears of happiness streaming down their cheeks. It was a moment of pure bliss, made even more special by the gathering crowd and the presence of the king, queen, and prince, which made the crowd part, bowing in reverence to their king. And amidst the tears and the cheers, Aku and her children were finally reunited. As Aku caught sight of her parents, her heart swelled with excitement as she rushed towards them, clutching her twins tightly. Father, mother, brother. she exclaimed, tears of joy streaming down her face. Look, my children are here now, just as I told you. See, my precious children. And I have regained my sanity. The gods had shown me mercy at last. As she let out mixed shouts of joy and pain, as her father, the king, gazed upon the twins, he couldn't help but see echoes of Aku in Ugona and Ugona resembling Ejike. Overwhelmed with emotion, tears cascaded down his cheeks as he enveloped his daughter and grandchildren in a warm embrace. The entire gathering was swept up in a torrent of tears, a mix of pain and joy intertwining into an emotional symphony. The king's heart swelled with regret as he apologized to Aku for doubting her all these years. With open arms, they welcomed the twins into their family, while Goti and Goti silently observed their mission accomplished. Tears welled up in the twins' eyes as they bid farewell to their mystical guides, knowing that a new chapter of their lives awaited them. Meanwhile, in the land of Ota, Ejike hasn't spoken a word since the disappearance of his children. As their gods tied his tongue, the moment the twin, Aku, united, Ejike experienced a profound awakening. He burst out in tears and shouted, my children are alive. Aku is well, they are together. As his whole body trembled, driven by this revelation, Ejike was in so much pain and let out a deep cry of how much pain he had caused his family, and not being a good husband to Aku and Ola, to his kids, he decided to embark on a journey to the kingdom of Nkwere to seek out his family and seek forgiveness. However, before he left, he called Ola and his children and begged them for forgiveness. He now confessed to them everything about AKU, and that AKU didn't need any of his riches, just his love. And he failed her. Tears filled his eyes. In that moment of vulnerability, Ola confessed everything, tearfully admitting her regrets and seeking forgiveness. Ejike, understanding Ola's pain, extends compassion and offers her a chance at redemption. Ola apologizes to Ejike and commits herself to making amends, and Ola encourages Ejike to make peace with Aku. On getting there, he sent a message across to Aku. She was already sensing his presence. Her love for him had been magical, and she knew where to find him under the Udara tree. On getting there, tears flowed freely as they confronted the painful past and the missed opportunities, and how fate, the gods, dealt with them for a single act of impatience and young love. After much soul searching and forgiveness, Aku went home, told the father about Ejike, and pleaded with her parents to accept him back into their lives. Remembering their own past mistakes, the king and queen granted their forgiveness, sent for Ejike, urging him to bring his parents to formalize their union. In a poignant moment, Aku hugged her parents tightly, expressing her gratitude and seeking their forgiveness. Ehike and his family finally came and paid her bride price. It was a day of celebration for the two kingdoms. The twins, jubilant at the sight of their parents together, hugged them and shared stories of their love and longing. However, after the ceremony, the king requested Ejike to stay with them to make up for lost time. Ejike accepted. Aku couldn't hold back her tears anymore and was consoled by him. Ola begged for Aku's forgiveness. Aku forgave her, and Ejike now gifted Ola and her children his inheritance. Finally, with both families united, they now started a new life where beauty and forgiveness awaited them. As they settled into their new life, Aku and Ejike found solace in each other's arms, surrounded by their loving children. Their bond was strengthened by forgiveness and gratitude as they embraced the future with hope and resilience. forever grateful for the second chance granted to them by love and forgiveness. Dear viewers, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.